Oh, we are live. We are live. It is Tuesday with the Battle Buddies. Oh,
Yeah,
shucks.
man.
AD got the
Another day,
nice,
another
pretty
dollar, huh?
background with them canes up back there. I see the red and white. Okay.
It's crimson and clean cream.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
The crimson
crimson
and
and cream.
cream, the pretty
Yeah.
boy. I mean, the Kappas.
I mean, I don't know nothing about that pretty boy stuff because I'm not one of those.
Oh, God.
So
Hmm. How was your week?
I'm good, man. It was good. Like, it's been chilling. Real chill for you, boy. Um, just been really trying to figure the schedule out, once again, because the new baby coming. So, trying
Mm,
to change some things around, making sure to do some things, with another baby coming, trying to make sure I give my wife some time. So I try to been
mhm.
scheduling like time with my son to like just take him out the house and just do stuff right, more
Right.
than the ordinary. So yeah, man, that I think that's of course that's the main priority, just trying to get that squared away because he'll be here sooner than we know it, and then
Whew.
man, two
Two boys. Oh
two
Lord.
boys have kids. They say that's what they say,
I
right? Be
I
fruitful
can
and
see the
multiply.
wrestling from here.
Hey man, that's all we liking to do. Wrestle. You be chilling. He want to wrestle.
I
Wrestle.
know it.
Wrestle.
Now y'all just gonna have all over. What are y'all doing?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's how I be. What are you right now? Is what are you doing? He be like at the staircase or whatever, like trying to put the chair so he can like look over, and you like, bro,
Oh
are he
my
throwing stuff
gosh.
over? You know what I'm saying, from the top floor to see it go all the way down. Yeah,
Oh my
just
God.
stuff like that. You just like,
Boys and their adventurous ways.
hey man, I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to babysit? Okay.
No. I actually like babies up until they can talk. Then I'm done. I love babies.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
I
like them
love
till they
babies.
about. I mean, I want them. I want them come like 4, 5. Like
That's most
I
men
need them
though.
to talk. Yeah, that
I want
baby
them
stuff.
to be about 8 months, and then you can have them back.
I need you to be able to tell me what you want, when you want, how you want it, and I need because around about 4 or 5, you tend to have a little bit more chill than 2 and 3. So you know what I mean. So it's like, all right, cool. Yeah,
See,
four or
babies,
five.
I can just they can't move, so I can just pick them up and take them with me. I can hold them and cuddle them all the time. I
Mm-mm,
know it's only a few things wrong with them,
mm-mm,
and they're not going to talk me to death.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
Changing diapers. So I'm. Oh, I got to start that back again.
Now that's the worst
So
part. Ugh.
right, because my son been potty trained since he was 18 months. So you know,
Yeah.
yeah, we done had some
Ooh.
time to get over changing diapers.
Uh-uh.
So it's back.
Yeah, you're
Pray
starting
for me.
all
Just
over. That and not being able,
pray
not and getting waking up all damn night throughout the night.
for.
Have
I'm
fun with that.
but on the flip side, so the good thing is, I don't know if you know this, but like now working with the government, they give men
Oh yeah, the
12
paternity
weeks.
leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I'll get 12 weeks off,
Hmm.
to spend. So we actually gonna split the time up. So she's gonna do the first 12, and then I'm gonna come back and do the next 12 that I take off. And so that way
Good.
I can be all cuddled up. Maybe this one will
Yeah.
love me,
Bonding.
you know.
Bonding. You have a daddy's boy.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
That's a
that one up
shame.
there is a mama's boy to the T.
That's funny. Well, that's her. Well, no, he looks like you. He just got her complexion.
Yeah, man.
He looks
Definitely.
just like you.
So
Okay. Well, I was in Atlanta this weekend
how
again.
that go?
It was amazing. So I went to my Client Attraction University boot camp, which happens every 6 months for the Core Queen Fitness LLC, my company. So it was amazing. It's always inspiring to see other business owners, all Black, in the building, making lots of money using the system that they put in place for us. So they are a coaching company that
Okay.
pretty much is on par with creating the most Black millionaires per capita. So It's an amazing
That's what's
company,
up.
amazing experience. I had a great time. Met some great people.
Okay, let me hold some.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. But yeah, we're gonna jump into it because we supposed to have some special guests coming on today to talk about a hot topic that they posted. So we'll get into our hot topics first, and then we will move on along until our controversial relationship topics. So we have our what do they label him as in the news? Our disgraced, our king of R&B. I'm sorry. Robert Kelly has been found guilty of all charges of racketeering and sexual trafficking, whatever the heck it is. I say peeing on kids and everything else. And there is so much back and forth about this. People are divided as usual. You always got people who are going to support, people who aren't going to support. I actually just read a post right before we got on that said Michael Jackson and MJ pretty much the same. I'm right with both of them. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Okay, like just like I don't know. Here's my take. One thing I'm a little taken aback by is that it took so long for them to get him. Because if it was a house full of white girls, they would have been got him. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. They don't care nothing about no black girls getting sexually assaulted and anything. They don't care.
For real, Dream. For real.
Drina! Drina said it's going to be pushed everywhere. Well, you do have to read what you saw.
Hey, man. I don't know. That's
How
your
you
boy.
feel about it?
I've said it multiple times, man. R. Kelly, I'm disappointed in him, his whole staff, and everybody around him because he didn't just do this alone. Like he had accomplices that helped him, do these things. And it's like once he stopped making the money that he was making, everybody now turns on him and wants to say like, oh, this is what he did, right? In his camp when they came out with the documentary, but when he was, supplying them with a lot of funds, nobody had nothing to say. And in fact, they was aiding and abetting and him sleeping with these young girls. And so yeah, he's guilty, but it's a lot of people that should be guilty as well. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
Absolutely.
Get R. Kelly,
parents,
get his team.
everybody.
Like none of them should be working in the business no more either.
Nope.
So
that's
how I feel about it.
Well, Robert Kelly, your stay gonna be a little long, so don't get comfortable, and them cellmates might have a little fun with you, my brother. They don't like child molesters. That's what I heard. So we're gonna move on to the next topic because Robert Kelly ain't that important. So what do you think about the nurses being fired for not getting the jab? We can't say the V word because they might block us or something.
I know, right? Yo, I posted today, checking on all my diehard Democratic friends.
You are so petty.
Good.
You are
I just need to know because let's keep it a buck, right? I don't care how you feel politically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got on Donald Trump for, mixing up what he was saying in the media, going back and forth, whatever. And it's like your boy Biden might be doing it worse than he was. Like,
get him out of there.
Yo, like,
Trump, where you at?
Like Biden mixing it up. Biden, he's saying he's not gonna do something. He turn around and do it, and it's just like, and he not like feeding to his base. Like,
no,
I respect Trump because at least he was doing, he was, going with his base. Right. Where you got your boy here, Biden, like, man, forget my base. Y'all got me in. I don't even care. Like, I'm still finna do what's best.
Because he know he only running for one term, so he don't really care anyway.
That's
but this bothers me because my daughter's a nurse, and she worked the whole pandemic without how they worked through the whole heightened parts of the pandemic without having to have a mandatory jab, and now you firing them for not getting it? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you
you know
already
what?
had a shortage for nurses?
Yo, once again, man, I'm trying to figure out. So apparently, I was watching something and they said that the National Guard is going to bring in and aid in care and their nurses and once again, it's kind of a hard thing to watch because I don't know how this is going to work because once again we have nurse shortages, right? And so now you're finna fire highly capable, qualified nurses. So did they go through it? Because it was supposed to be last night that they did that, right? That they started firing everybody.
Yeah, but I think that was in New York. So
okay, in New York. So did they do it?
I think so. I know they were trying to the higher courts were trying to stop it, but I think they made them go through with it or something like that.
Yeah,
and but on the flip side of that too, man. It's crazy because my friend, his son is in college, and he has I think three roommates. No, 3 roommates, and 3 of the boys got COVID. So they sent him home. All of them were vaccinated except for his son, but his son had COVID a couple months ago. So he said that his antibodies from him having COVID in April protected him. He said, I'm gonna read what he said. He said, traditional vaccines work by giving you a weakened version of the virus and letting your body fight it off naturally to learn the virus disease so it can create antibodies to fight it off later. The new mRNA vaccine injects you with a generic code that mimics a virus in hopes it tricks your body into producing an immune response to it. In this case, the 3 boys who were sent home from college, the trick didn't work. And now they got to start all over next semester.
Yeah, man. So I look at it in so many different ways, man. Big ups to people standing up for what they believe in. I get it. Do you? I'm not losing my job though. I guess, but also I'm not so vested in taking the vaccine to where, you know what I'm saying, I'm not losing my job. But also that puts me in the mind frame of I need to set myself up as well. So that way, if I lost my job, it would be okay, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So lose my job or lose my life, everybody's not able to fight whatever is in that vaccine.
Yeah, but you should be able to get a medical exemption if, the people that have weakened immune systems. I know I know
that don't work for everybody.
Right. I know it don't work for everybody. And some people not gonna know until they take it. That
no, I'm saying everybody's not accepting the exemptions.
Oh, everyone's not accepting it. Well, I don't know, man. Like
even the folks that always have gotten religious exemptions, they're not accepting them.
Hey, man,
these people have never had a vaccine in their life.
It's people control.
Like this shit is. And I tell people all the time: be careful what you think is okay now because you agree with it, because this is setting up a system to where they're going to be able to, because you agree now, it's going to come a time when you don't agree with something, but you agree with the way they're going about doing it. So then you're going to be forced into something that you don't want to do.
Right. It's population control. They're trying to get rid of some of these old people, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And
that's what I think. I believe that anyways. I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't understand. Because we know, like you just said, a vaccine is basically hitting people with the virus. So I guess they're saying that it's going to help people get immune to it, but you're not thinking about the people that can't take it. So, I don't know, man. You got me on this one. I let you have that COVID talk because I don't care nothing about no COVID. All right.
Well, we're going to move on to some more interesting topics because I got tagged in a post today by a guy in a guy's post that I don't know, but he was very welcoming, and I invited him onto the podcast. So I'm going to bring him in. He has his own podcast. I'll let him introduce it so you guys can go out and check it out. But it was a topic that he posted that got a little controversial in his comments, and we've had conversations about something similar before that got hot under people's collars as well. So I wanted to invite him on to talk about it and get some engagement with some of the our other battle buddies. And I don't know why I can't see the comments, but anyway, So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on, and I'm gonna put the topic up here, and we're gonna welcome Vaughn. How you doing, Vaughn?
We can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
We good. We good.
What's up?
Vaughn, this is Adrian, and we are happy to have you on the show. You could tell the audience the name of your podcast, and you are here causing controversies on Facebook today.
Oh, that's not me. That's not me.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, that's your boy. Oh, my bad. I thought
Yeah.
that was
See, look at you.
my bad. Look, I done
No, it's
gave
all-
you
it's
a
all
bad
good. It's
name
all good.
already. Well, let me hide that comment then. Which topic did you brief? Oh God, you want to talk about the other very controversial topic we had that got several comments, several
Did it?
inboxes, several DMs. The men
Yeah.
were a little upset today.
Yeah, man.
They was on their
People were
feelings
upset?
today.
Yeah, you ain't the only one, brother. You wasn't the only one that questioned this little situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, a man will know 6 months in if he wants to marry you. He doesn't need 4 years. True or false? I mean, I can give y'all my take first. You know what I'm saying? Since I am the married man on the show, so I believe this to be an absolute 100% no fluffer fact. When I was dating with a purpose, I knew exactly that my wife was for me after 6 months for sure. So, and I can tell you, around 4 months, I told my cousin, after 4 months of dating her, I was like, yo, she different. Like, it's something special about her. I think I done found my wife. That was after 4 months of dating. I was like, I think I done found my wife. 6 months in, I'm like, yeah, this is a wrap. 8 months in, I bought a ring. Within a year, I proposed. So, like, now, mind you, it wasn't until I was ready. So maybe some people might be missing a couple facts or whatever. But when I started dating with a purpose, and maybe that could be the key point. When I started dating with a purpose, I knew, like, yo, it did not take me when I was dating other people for 2 to 3 years to figure out that, like, this was the person for me. And because I wasn't in the state of mind to even be thinking about, oh, like, I'm looking to marry. No, I wasn't there. So, yeah, 6 months, absolute fact. Absolute fact.
Wait, hold on 1 second before y'all continue. I'm gonna bring on KD and his crew from their podcast so they can just go ahead and join us in, because that's who, I was on Facebook and got tagged in his post. I'm gonna bring them on and let them join in this part of the conversation. If they can stay, we'll go on to the next question as well with them. So welcome, KD. Welcome.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome to the rest of the panel. We appreciate y'all coming. Thank you.
For sure. How y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
Good. I'm good.
How you feeling?
So we popped this question up here because we got a lot of feedback today from this question. A lot of the guys was like, whoa, what is you talking about?
Whoa.
So Adrian just gave us his insight from the married side, because he is married and he believes this to be true. Vaughn is about to give us his insight because I don't think he agrees.
Okay, so this is the thing. So I felt like the initial post was kind of like absurd a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't think that you can generalize and make a statement like that and apply it to everybody. So the thing about like Adrian's like that position, I agree. Like, I agree that there's possibilities that you can know within 6 months. I agree with that's a possibility. But I also don't agree with that applies to any man in any situation.
I got a question. So how long do you think it normally takes for a person to know that this is the person that they want to marry?
I don't think that there's a definitive answer. I don't think that there's a binary answer, meaning like, I don't think it's a 6 months or a 4 year thing. It's going to vary from person to person.
So would you say that those people don't go into a relationship with the intent on being married?
So even if we apply that narrative or caveat to it, if we apply the narrative like, I am ready to be married, I still don't think that you can say without a shadow of a doubt 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. There's like a time frame that you can't apply that to everybody.
If both of y'all are going into the relationship with the intent on being married, you already know exactly what you want and the things that you don't want. So why should it take more than 6 months?
There's a number of reasons why, and that's going to vary from person to person. So I mean,
Do you think that
the thing about it is we're saying it like it's dogmatic, meaning like it's a fact, and that's the problem. It's not a fact. It's totally subjective.
So do you think that you could go into something and in 6 months you know that that's not the person for you to marry?
I believe that you can go 6 months and not be sure.
Now, are y'all having these uncomfortable conversations that you should have in the beginning? Because if you go into a relationship with the intent on being married, then you need to have these conversations before y'all even get into a relationship at all.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean that's an opinion. I mean, it's you can everybody's not like that. Everybody doesn't date and like they have a strict criteria. It's like month 1, I'm going to make sure I ask this. Month 2, I'm going to ask this. Everything is going to be dependent upon everybody's situation. So,
but I think that's where he's saying the intention. So if I'm going intentionally to date, there are certain things that I'm going in to ask. If I'm going to go buy this specific car, I'm going with the intention that I know exactly what kind of car I want. Yeah. And if it ain't what I want, I'm leaving.
Without the shadow of a doubt. However, you can't make like it's hard to make that put a timeline on that specific decision to make a determination. Because I mean like you just said, you can apply like using that same logic, trying to apply it to different scenarios. It just doesn't pan out. Like you don't listen to like an album and within the first 4 tracks you know that, oh, I love this album. You listen to the whole thing and then you make your determination. So like you don't make it within a short period of time. But that's just some people. Some people can make it within the first 4 tracks. Some people have to listen to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know.
So tell me this. So in your experience, so let's just say you dated somebody. What's the longest you dated somebody? Just throw the number out there.
So I've dated along the spectrum, and I mean.
No, I'm just asking. Like, so if you dated somebody for like 2 years. So me personally, I would kind of agree. Like me personally. I'm about to ask you a specific question about if you dated somebody for 2 years, was there a difference at that 2-year mark that changed from the 6-year mark with that person? Like your opinion about that person?
I mean, I don't think that it's really relevant to get into like specifics about my dating experience.
No, I'm just saying. Okay.
No, not that. Like, did you feel any difference between?
Did you feel any difference with the person?
3 years. Did you feel any difference between dating them after a year or 2 years? You don't have to name no specific.
Yeah, I'm just saying the feeling.
In general.
With me, I could know right off the. With me, I could know right off the bat whether or not I want to marry them. But that doesn't mean that the statement is true. It doesn't mean that applies to everybody. That's what I'm saying. So whether or not I say, yeah, I knew within 6 months, like I knew right away that I was going to marry this, I wanted to marry her. That doesn't mean that statement is true for every man. That's my hope. That's my position. Like the position is, it's not a fact. It's going to vary from person to person.
I'm gonna say this. As a man, you a man, you know, it's a few men on here. I don't know a married man that won't tell you, bro, I ain't saying it happened after 6 months, but that didn't say like, yo, I knew this was who I was gonna marry after 6 months. I don't know him, and if we could find somebody in the comments,
it's cool because literally the first person I asked when I went to work today, which was a married man, said that it wasn't true. So anecdotal evidence doesn't make something true or false.
He happy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he happy? Because I don't know, you know, and also when did he get married? You know what I'm saying? Some people get married out of situations. I'm talking for the brothers that's happily married,
intentionally.
That knew they wanted out of life.
You can always cater the argument to specifically who you're talking about, but that doesn't make it true. That's the problem.
A stand-up man, like I'm
say,
talking
like,
about a stand-up dude.
you can always say, well,
That
I
know
know
they
a
won't.
guy
Like,
that
I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody. I don't like. No, men know what they want, and if they don't know what they want, they single. Like that's what it is. They out here dating and they single. Men, they won't. If they want to be married, they gonna be married. Like it's a fact because we hold the cards to that. That women don't. We hold that.
Well,
We
I
make the
mean,
decisions.
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, some people don't see it the same way you see it, and
I've
you know,
actually known people.
You know? Give us. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I've actually known people that have actually said within 3 months. So I see the
Oh,
statement on here is 6 months, but I have spoken to men that are married and things as well that have said they've known within 3 months, not necessarily that they married that person within that time frame, but they knew within the first 3 months if that was their wife or not.
Mhm.
like I said, I agree. I agree that it's a possibility that you could know within 6 months whether or not you want to marry somebody. What my position is that doesn't apply to all men.
it don't. You're right. It don't.
Whether they're ready to be married or not, they could be completely ready to be married and still not know
Because
within 6
I
months.
think it depends on your stage in life.
Right. So guys and that's the point. Like guys that want to be
I
married,
think it's
like
after
guys
like
that's
the
dating with
person
an
finding
intention.
themselves.
Man,
Yeah, because I could give you examples to fit my narrative, but that doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. I could tell you that, hey, you know, you meet somebody, you really fall in love with them. You know in your head that, oh, I want to marry this person, but they don't want to say one of your criteria is that I need to live with somebody to see how they move when I'm living with them, and they don't want to move in with you within the first 6 months. They might want to wait a year, or they do want to move in with you, but their lease is not up, so you wait till a year, then you move in together, then you're like, oh yeah, this still like is a good, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just there's different variables that go into it.
But the
Everybody
topic
doesn't.
is just knowing that you want to marry. I'm not like with the variables of being married. I just know I want to marry this person.
I
Right,
believe
but you could
And
know it and then
not dragging it for like, because I think that the purpose of the post was that people are dating, or women are dating men for 3 and 4 years, thinking that they're going to marry them because they've been with them for this long.
understood.
Not
But
thinking like, well, I already knew that you weren't my wife. I'm just dragging you along because that's what I'm
Right.
doing. If I wanted to marry you, I'd marry you.
no,
It don't
understood.
take you
But it's
4 years.
understood. But it's just misleading though. It's misleading for if someone only reads that post and they only go off that criteria and they're only like they're dating somebody and within 6 months they're thinking in their head like, well, this guy hasn't proposed yet. He hasn't brought up marriage. He's not the one for me. And they roll
Right.
out. That's because that's what they're
Right.
thinking because they saw that post. It doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
So I
Right.
would say this for people, man. Again, when you go into it, you're going into it with the intentions on being married. You need to have those uncomfortable conversations up front. Don't wait on down the line. Don't assume. Don't do any of those things. Because if a person is for you, they're going to be for you. You can have that conversation without running the right person off. Because they already know, again, if your intentions going into the relationship that I want to be married, I mean,
After 6 months, what are we talking about?
I mean, what is so particular about 6 months? Like what is
That's
it?
just the
what
topic
is
of
the
the 3 months, whatever the number is. And if we are talking about getting married, if we are dating with intention, after 6 months, what else do we need to learn about each other to realize that we need to start planning a wedding in the next year?
I think
I feel like with this statement, this question right here, I think it should go to a specific age group. I don't think if you 25 and under, you kind of fall in that criteria. I think if you in your late 20s, maybe 28, 29 and up, that kind of fit in your criteria. Because if you below 25, you know what I'm saying, you have the excitement of marriage, but you not really prepared for marriage. You know what I'm saying? You're not having, like the Carrie said, you're not having those uncomfortable conversations. You just, having that terrific bond with that individual, and you thinking everything is good, but everything, as time progressed, you kind of see all the flaws that you missed in the beginning because you didn't ask those uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
Mhm.
And
You
then
do
let's
know
not
that
rule
that's
out
typically
about-
only the Black community has that conversation about being too young to be married.
Yeah, I don't know if age matters.
yeah.
I think if somebody is aligned with your purpose and they are aligned to be with you and you feel like that's the person I'm gonna be with forever, you can meet them in high school. That's why a lot of people marry their high school sweethearts because they are, that's where you really, really get to know people is when you're in school because you're with them for years and years and years and then y'all get together. So I think if you really feel like this is the one for me, then it's the one for you. And if
I
y'all are aligned, it's gonna happen.
I think it's the more of the waste of time. I don't think that you should sit around and be with somebody for 2 years, 3 years. But is marriage not the goal? Like, what are we together for? You don't know that I'm going to be your wife if I'm not going to be your wife, or you're not going to be my husband. Why are we even wasting our time being together? What for? Just for 3 and 4 years, and nobody's marriage has never came up. So I think it's just like if I'm going to be with this person for 3 to 6 months, I'm gonna know what we're going to be doing within the next year. So are we just going to be sitting there, boyfriend and girlfriend, or just messing around, or what? What are we going to be doing? So I think that's what the statement was. It's just saying within 6 months, if you're going to be here or you're not going to be here.
Right, but I just believe it's false.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
And
everybody
I
got
would
their
disagree.
opinion.
Yeah, I would just agree to disagree because I would think it would be true.
It's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, because I feel like a lot of times what happens, especially in relationships, right? They start off, right? You start having sex, right? So in ways, like this might not be the best situation for me, right? After the initial phase of because y'all started having sex, and you prolong the relationship, and the sex could possibly be good, and you prolong the relationship. Now you're trying to work on these things that you should have knew about that person in the beginning. Now you're having those crucial conversations that you should have been having in the beginning. And so instead of it being like having those conversations in the beginning before y'all start having sex and you knowing like, yo, this ain't really the person for me, you're with them all this time trying to work out all these different situations that they're not a good fit for you anyways. Why? Because you started fornicating together. You know what I'm saying? You start hitting them sheets together. Now you feel like, okay, let's try to work on this thing. You feel me?
Shaking the sheets. Shaking the sheets.
You feel
me? My question is, what advice would you give to young brothers? What would be your advice to the younger generation that's maybe thinking about marriage?
I mean, everything that you guys are saying it would be great advice. I would just stray away from particular time limits that would apply to everybody. So, I mean, to have to know that you want to be married and to have that as a major focus and to be grounded in a certain belief system and a certain foundation, to know how a man is supposed to be in a relationship and know your values, know what you bring to the table, know what you're looking for and things like that. Those are all great things. And to discuss, to have those hard conversations where it doesn't seem like a job interview, but to enjoy somebody's company, but also bring up, the criteria that you want to discuss for marriage. I think those are all great things. Like, I think that everything that you guys are saying is great. I just don't agree with the whole, every man knows within 6 months whether or not he wants to move, like marry a woman. Like, I just don't agree with that. And then to jump to like the 4-year thing, to make it like a two extremes. That's the part that kind of like that I disagree with. That's it.
So if a young man was asking you though, how long do you think, what I'm saying, it should be before I actually know?
Like if my son came to me and he told me that he knew somebody for 6 months and he was like, oh, I want to get married to the girl after 6 months, I would be like, are you sure? Like, I wouldn't think in my head like, oh yeah, that's perfect time. I wouldn't think that.
So how many years would you not doubt him?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I want to know, like, what would be the time frame that you would give your son?
You still gonna ask the same questions.
Like, you're saying like how long would I like look at my son like, you've been dating this girl, how long you don't know yet?
Right, like how many years your son got to be with his girl before you not ask that question?
I mean, I would have to have a conversation with him. It wouldn't necessarily be a particular like an ingrained time. It wouldn't be like, oh, it's been 2 years, oh, it's been 3 years, oh, it's been 1 year, oh, it's been 7 months. It would just be like we'd have an actual conversation, and I would get.
After
I
how
mean,
long?
hopefully, I would
6
already.
months, a year, year and a half, 2 years, you're gonna ask the same questions. Are you sure? Is this what you want to do? It's not gonna change. I don't care if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You're still gonna ask those same
I
questions.
mean, it's a huge difference. Like ask like if 6 months and then someone saying it in 3 years, you might say, "Are you sure?" But when they, I mean, it's just much different. Like there's more time. It's more time involved.
So instead of him coming to you, are you gonna come to him and say, hey, it's been 6 months or a year? What you plan on doing with this girl? Are you gonna waste your time?
Yeah. I would hope that me and my son would have multiple conversations about what to look for in a woman, especially when he's ready to look for his wife, and he's not just like dating and just messing around or whatever.
Got you.
So either way it goes, you're going to ask him. But if he came to you and was like, okay, Dad, it's been 8 months and I really know that I really want to marry this girl, then what?
I mean, I would just talk to him, but I would support him. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's too soon. You need to find this out. I would just talk to him and see if his, if the conversation was good. But I would hope that it wouldn't just be that one conversation. Like it would be multiple conversations leading up to that point. I would have already talked to her. Like I would have already talked to her family. It would just be like, one of those things. Because I mean, I think that's part of the criteria of marriage.
So going into a relationship, are you looking for marriage? That would be something that would make you have a different perception on this question. So are you going into a relationship looking for marriage?
Are you talking about me specifically or just in general?
I mean, well, just in general, like, because it sounds like if all of us
so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get confused with how I would move and the topic. I keep saying, like, I agree that it's a possibility that men would know within 6 months whether or not they're going to marry a woman. Like, if they're ready to be married and they're on the purpose and they're asking all these questions, and they're going with the intent, all this stuff. It's a possibility that they could know, within that time frame. But I'm also saying that there's also a possibility that you can go past 6 months or at the 6 month mark and not know. Like you could still be in evaluation mode.
I agree.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think too, pretty much as well, like knowing your intention and your time. Like everybody values their time differently. And of course, like Desiree and everyone's saying too, like knowing intentionally what you are doing. If you're just going around just to date and get the experience, then that's one thing. So it's really just knowing what you want and where you set yourself to be. But a lot of times you have to make sure that you have found who you are, within your purpose, whatever healing, whatever you need to do, so that when you make these decisions, you're making them out of a healthy state of mind. So you have to pretty much make sure that you're whole in those places first, because if someone's done all the underground work they need to do for themselves, a lot of times they're going to go in with certain intentions and look for certain red flags so that they're not wasting that time being with someone and it not being meaningful or purposeful. So I think, no, you can't put a time limit on like, hey, I'm going to go get married tomorrow because we've been together 6 months. But at least within a certain, like you're saying, it's not a certain time frame, but pretty much just knowing, that, hey, at this standpoint, we've been together this time, like what's the next step? Like, where are we going from here? Instead of just dragging along someone like the young lady was saying earlier.
Right. I agree. I agree with everything that you guys are saying except the time limit. That's all.
Well, all right. I think we cleared that up.
Hey.
We're going to go into the topic that KD had on his post today on Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
That had me bring y'all in here today, okay? Because we had this conversation once that actually caused us to have a panel one time, because it caused some issues and folks they didn't appreciate this. So but he had a little twist to his, so we'll let him talk about it. Why should the average guy settle for a woman that is overweight? Katie, I need you to expound on that.
So this was actually taken from, I believe it's my boy Anton Daniels in the Lapeef Let's Talk show.
Oh my God, Anton.
Oh, you're familiar with Anton Daniels?
I am very familiar with Anton, annoying ass Daniels. Go ahead.
You don't like Anton? What? so you don't like Kevin Samuels either, or?
Oh, Kevin cool with me.
Okay,
he irks my soul sometimes, but he has some good points. But he cool. I like Kevin.
Yeah. So the problem that I have is I'm gonna say average women, they have no problem voicing their opinions about what they want and what they require. But when a man does that, it's a problem. That's why I actually had an issue today, and I was, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, I had some issues up under that post. I'm just gonna say that. They was in their feelings. They was in their feelings for real.
Yeah, they were.
Oh Lord.
So, okay, when you say average man, give us a definition of what you consider average.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about just the average guy, average earner, which is like around like $42,000 per year. Go to work a 9 to 5. And most guys, they typically come with a skinny shape or whatever. So, most of the time the women are overweight. So, yeah. When I think about an average guy, I mean, if we look at the data and statistics, 80% of our women are overweight, and 80% of that is obese. So I'm always going on based on data and statistics. The average woman.
I'm with you when you're right.
Average man.
I'm with you when you're right. So. Okay.
There's one over there.
So my question is it really settling if he's average? Is that not on his level?
I mean, technically, when I think about the average guy, he's coming pretty much in a pretty good package. Like the average guy is pretty much in shape. He has a decent job. He's in the middle class. He's doing all these things.
That's middle class?
I was about to say that ain't average.
Well, you know what I mean. Average earner. Yeah. So $42,000. He coming with $42,000. He's taking care of himself the whole nine. I feel like the least the woman can do is at least be in shape. I mean, that's. I don't
know. I don't feel like an average guy is settling if he gets a woman that's overweight at all. I think that's right on par for what that's his level. That's where he at. Because I don't know what an average guy would expect.
I mean, at least a woman that's in shape. That's the least.
That's what a high value man deserves.
No. Again, we always comfortable with these overweight women sharing their opinion and voicing their opinion. So why can't a guy get that? Why can't?
No, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have a preference, but I don't think it's considered settling.
I respect it. So the reason why I worded that question is because I did want to stir up some trouble. So.
Absolutely, and that's why I got tagged in it, because I'm a personal trainer, and I'm like, how I get in this mess?
Yeah. I used to train. Yeah, I used to train.
I don't know. I think.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think if the guy's average, which means he's checking off all the boxes, he may not be checking them high, but he's checking off all the boxes. I think he would want somebody to match him, and matching him means that having somebody that is within their weight range and in shape.
Meeting those expectations. Exactly.
I think
at least meeting
the mindset of a lot of people out here is, I don't know if they look in the mirror or if they got one of those skinny mirrors or what, but it doesn't hurt to just go get in the gym. And I think a lot of these women aren't realistic about their weight and their body size and their health. And if it's an average man, I think a woman being in shape is on his level.
Thanks.
Adrian, you're burning over there. What you got to say?
Hey man, I don't even know, man. That's a lot to unpack. You feel me? Like
Most people don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations, though.
it ain't even
We're
that.
always-
Like
No, we love him.
what a man making $42,000 think he deserve? You feel me?
We're
Like,
just that's just
he deserve to be
saying
single
average.
because he. All right,
we're just talking about
that's what I'm
average.
saying. He deserve to be single. I'm in the DMV. 42,000 ain't gonna get you nothing. So
Nothing. Not my
not a
attention.
thing. So 42,000, he deserve to be
Take the-
single. He
take
need
the
to be
number- take
thinking
the
about
number
getting
out
his
of it.
weight
You
up.
don't-
That's what
Why
he
he
need
worried
to
about
do.
somebody being
I
overweight?
want to stay stuck on the number. Y'all just told me to paint y'all a quick little picture of the average man. That was just a little quick.
All right, okay, all right. So I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, take
Okay,
the number.
so
take the number out of
I
it.
switch it
Average-
up.
Just think of an average guy.
That's
All
just
right,
his
I think
full-time
that-
job. He got to hustle.
No, I think if you are in shape guy, I think it just equally yoked. You should want someone that's in shape as well too. I don't even think that you have to be a high earning man to want that, right? Like, but I think see, this is just a controversial question because the way it's worded, you like, bruh.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted out of it. I got exactly what I wanted. I'm a
So
master when it comes to
I'm on the
stuff.
women's side with this. I'm like, bro, you don't
Yeah.
deserve nothing. What you talking about? You better take what you can get. You feel me? Like, I think it is.
Average, but again,
Right.
he's an average guy.
Because on the flip side of that, when I see the whole women's situation about this, I say the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, here it is, because we all been there where a woman is like, yo, I want a guy making 6 figures, doing this, doing that, and you just like, he ain't gonna want you. Like, you thinking of your, like, he's not gonna want you. Like, you're not his type. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got some homegirls that be like, yo, hook me up with your boy. And I'm like, he not gonna talk to you. Like,
So this is what I'm saying though. But women have no problem with saying that other women have settled. But when a guy do it, it's a problem. You don't y'all mean.
But I think it's okay to say they're settling, but I don't think the weight thing has anything to do with them settling.
yeah, I don't think the weight thing has anything to do with settling.
Because I mean, you can overweight people can lose the weight. Like, you might not know why they're overweight. That man might just be the thing that motivates them to lose their weight. You never know. So
women rarely have to match us. We have to be way more for them than they have to be for us. That's right.
Mhm.
But ain't nothing wrong with that. You the
But
man.
you were put on this planet to provide.
So,
That's the
like,
purpose.
And hey,
You're supposed to be more than us.
care. Hey, I do me. So I'm just
Brothers
I'm
ain't
Right.
gonna
So
get no
the
sympathy
onus
from
for
me.
the man to come with more that's your God-given right. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring forth more. We're supposed to be here to serve you.
Mhm.
If my service requires me
And
to be
also-
in shape,
and
and that's what you want,
Absolutely.
then I need to be in shape. But that doesn't mean you're settling with your average ass because I'm overweight.
to that guy that's average. Everybody already know I'm good on this note.
That his average ass need to step up his game because he ain't providing my basic needs to be my
But see,
provider
now I got
because he
a
can't
problem,
provide me with
you're talking about
$42,000.
51%. You're talking about a majority of the guys. I mean, what's wrong with going to work and working an average job? What's wrong with that?
I said nothing was wrong with it. I said it's something wrong with his average ass thinking that he's settling for somebody because they're overweight.
That's the point.
And
Yeah.
they need to, women need. Go ahead, Devontae. Go ahead.
I got a different feel about this. To answer your question, I feel that the average man should settle for a woman that's overweight because I see a lot of high value women settle for very low value men. Like, I see a lot of high value women like nurses, doctors and stuff, and they date these guys with no jobs, no ambition,
Some
nothing.
goddamn offering right now. He's preaching. Hold on, I'm trying to donate some tithes to you right now, sir.
So what I'm saying is, I've seen a lot of high value women, career level women, date a lot of guys with no ambition, no jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the average guy should settle for a woman that's overweight because I've seen a lot of women settle for guys that don't bring nothing to the table.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I've seen that a
So-
lot.
USA.
Oh, go.
Why is that? Why
And then
women do that,
sometimes
though?
it's just a person's preference.
So just because he's average, why he just can't take the average woman who's just overweight? He average, so she
He
average
can.
too.
He
she-
can.
she
Because I've
average
seen a lot
too,
of good ones.
and she
I've
just
seen a lot of
fat.
good ones go for the wrong ones. Man.
You know what it is.
They can make their $40,000 together a year and live averagely ever after. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah.
And she just fat. And you know, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You gonna get your ass in shape if you're around me.
I
ain't
mean,
playing
but okay.
And then
But
you
it's
can do
perfectly
that.
fine. Yeah.
Work out together.
Exactly. That was my thing.
Right.
You both-
Relationship goals.
Shout out
She
to
average.
all the average guys out there, man. Salute to y'all, bro.
Big ups
We
to
love you.
them.
And they probably got a fat ass girl sitting right next to them. And they happy.
And happy. She overweight.
And she cooking
She
it up
thick.
in the kitchen.
She thick. She can cook.
Right. Nah, yeah, I definitely prefer my women thick than in the kitchen. Yeah.
See? See?
But that's in shape though. That's in shape. She's not overweight. She just got a big butt. She just got a big butt. Big butt, small waist.
I can't.
Yeah, no, we won't do all that. We won't do all that extra.
Oh, dang.
Well, the average guy he's not settling. He's taking what he can get. Cause he average, she just fat. And if he want her to lose weight and she willing to, they can do it together.
Win-win.
Hey,
Right.
there it is.
Everybody's winning.
Mm-hmm.
Hit them squats.
There you
Right.
go.
Well, I don't know if y'all want to stick around for our next topic, but it's another controversial one.
Oh,
No,
cool. I'm
yeah.
down with it. I can do one more.
Yeah, come on, I'm with it.
Okay. Let me see which one I'm gonna do. All right. So I got this off another dating coach's page. So it was a guy that wrote in and said that, well, I'm gonna read exactly what he said. I'll just paraphrase it in here. He said, women think that they are the prize and have it going on and are extremely desirable when truth is some of them are just effed up to infinity. These 38 plus year old broads still think they have it going on when the reason we even deal with them is because it's easier to make them feel desired and relationship worthy. That leads to easier sexual conquest. Like I said, low hanging fruit.
Hey, man, speaking this truth.
Hey. Hey,
Oh, man.
hey, you know how you live. Hey, he just
Hey, for real, that's how he feel. That's how he getting it. It is what it is.
you don't
So,
want
you
no
know, they
marriage.
say men are going to go for what they can get. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, you ain't dating with a purpose. You just, you going
See,
to
for the
get what
streets.
you get.
He ain't aiming high. I know for that.
Nah, he ain't aiming high.
At
He
all.
aiming right where he's shooting, that low hanging fruit.
Exactly.
Got her. What's up, girl? Hey, how you doing?
They just complaining about it.
I hit your boy. What's
That's
up?
you shooting your shot at.
See,
You know
and
what
this
I'm
is
saying?
why
Some men don't really
got
like the
these women
challenge. They
out
don't want to
here-
have to
Nah,
work
they
for
don't
it.
care.
Oh yeah, they
Some
ain't
men
trying
don't
to work
care.
for nothing.
Some men
But
don't
that's why
care
you
about
got
the
these
challenge.
women out here on Facebook. Yes, bitch. Yes. Hey, like no, ma'am, no, that ain't it.
That's not the one.
They just looking at your cheeks. That's it. That's all they care about.
But that's all they feel like they probably have to offer if you throwing it out there like that.
Right. So they
They
like,
keep
well,
getting
shoot.
hit.
Let me shoot my shot.
And honestly,
So-
if she's
Yeah.
38 and over and she doesn't have a husband, then I mean, I don't know.
Babe,
Well, I
we
think,
not talking
too, it
about that, boo.
depends.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about dudes just going for
mean-
what they know, boo.
Yeah, I think it
My
depends.
wife
It depends
dropped a
on
comment,
both.
so I just had to, help her with what we talking about. Yeah.
I think it depends on both because men are gonna take whatever you give them. So if the woman's not really setting the bar and she's she's fair game, then they're gonna take it because it's easy bait. They don't have to work for nothing to do nothing. So I'm all in because I can get it. So it's really about the mindset and what you choose to allow and what you choose to do.
Which also circles back to the topic that we was talking about earlier. When a guy knows, you
Mhm.
know. But a lot of guys are shooting at that low hanging fruit, and that's the reason why they know, but they don't know. You see what I'm saying? Because that wasn't the intentions of this so-called relationship that they went into. It was that low-hanging fruit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
And that's why they keep ending up in situationships.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off and on
For 2, 3,
5,
4
6 years,
Yeah,
wasting
like-
y'all time. Ladies, y'all better stop putting up with that now. Come on now.
Yes.
I'm rooting for y'all.
Well, I think too, because you got so much social media and stuff that's out here now too, that is giving them these stereotypes of stuff like that you don't, even for women, like that you have easy access. You don't have to cook, you don't have to clean, you don't got to do all this other stuff, but you can still get whatever you want. Like that's not how it works. Like, it's not just based off of looks. Some people will marry people off of that though, but I think it's a matter, like you're saying, you have to know what you're building your foundations on so that they can be strong. If you just dating somebody because they look good or whatever, that's gonna crumble, because if that's all they got to offer, because I mean, it's a business. When you with somebody, that's a business. It's a partnership. It's teamwork. So if you're contributing and you have all these values and they don't have any of them, then it's kind of like a loss, because you're not really going to be able to win, because they're going to see from a different perspective.
I needed to
curious
see
about
you
this Kevin
cook
Samuels.
and clean before you got this ring. You
This
feel me?
Kevin Samuels, this Anton Daniels, man. I'm still
Correct.
curious. Yeah.
Talking about you can't cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
They
think
saying that, but they married.
because it's an
And you see
accountability,
these
because you have a
listening
lot of people that say that, like what you were
Anton
saying earlier, they want a 6-figure man or they want something, but you can't even give what the wife offers. So how are you wanting something that you can't even fulfill the description of what you have to do for that man?
Come on now. Now she preaching. Come on now. Let them know something. Come on now.
Because they think all they got to do is be cute.
I'm
That's
still
cute.
on this. Hey, I'm still on this
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels and Anton Daniels thing. I'm trying to figure out what the beef is with Anton Daniels.
Oh God, I can't stand him.
Wow,
I don't even know who that is.
What's wrong with Anton Daniels?
Anton don't even like black people for real.
Oh,
He is a cool,
you see that at?
cool.
Wow.
You see that?
why would you say that?
I ain't see it.
You
I don't
need to
know
go
who
back
he
to
is.
some
So I can't even speak on it.
I even put in the comments he's a coon in one of whatever the episode I watched. I said, oh, this dude is a coon for real.
Damn.
It's the Lapeef Network, Adrian.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't even watch it no
I
more
have to
because he
check it
hurts
out.
my soul so bad. I can't watch it.
I never even heard of him.
Kay get on my everlasting nerve.
Yeah. Ain't
I
nobody
can't deal with her either. I said I can't watch this show no more. Nope.
She can't answer a question. She can't answer.
And
a
then
question.
I don't know if you saw the episode with Anton. It was I can't think of the light skinned dude that came on as a guest co-host.
Buttercup.
That was the most obnoxious, bullying, immature
I'm gonna
crap I
say
ever
this.
seen.
Anytime the men get into it, it always seems it's horrible, man.
It's Anton though.
It shows how
He's a
immature he is.
bully.
He do pick sometimes, but we can't argue with that man getting the results in life though. He got the results, right?
Well, he can have results in his life, but getting on a platform with people that you have to actually have a conversation with and won't even listen because you're just trying to push your agenda onto somebody is ridiculous. Like I can't stand him.
But they made it clear to that guy when he came on there, he actually had a hidden agenda that was actually Kay's friend.
And that's fine. Let the man sit. Like this, your platform. You can't have an intelligent back and forth with that man without doing that. That was horrible. There was the guy that came on and checked him about that. I was happy he came on and did that.
Who did?
It was a guy. I don't remember his name, but he listened to him. It's somebody he respected. He came on and called him on it.
It was Kevin. It wasn't Kevin.
No, it was another guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's another episode after that. He came on there and checked him. He was like he was disappointed in him for even having that kind of dialogue at that low level vibration that he did, and it was uncalled for.
G Rilla actually said something about it too. G Rilla.
I'm like, you ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah,
Lapeef,
but you know, Lapeef though, he don't really get into it like that, man. He's pretty much neutral on that show. He just
I can't watch it. It raises my blood pressure. I can't.
So what's wrong? What's wrong with the infamous Kevin Samuels?
Nothing. I like Kevin. Sometimes he be going overboard with stuff, and you could feel the hurt that he had in his marriages coming through. Because some stuff like Kevin, shut up.
How many times have you been married?
You get married twice.
To who?
Shut up, Adrian.
It was a one of them was actually like his it was a chick that he was chasing. He was actually simping for. I want to say she was like Asian or something. He was like an Asian
Shut
chick.
up.
He was Asian. He was Asian.
You petty. You
No,
are
I'm-
petty.
No, I'm
Kevin-
serious.
Kevin Samuels is black.
No, but I'm-
talking about his ex-wife husband.
His ex-husband.
Oh, you think Kevin Samuels is gay?
Come on now. Come on.
Think.
Bang. Come on now.
Y'all know I'm big on data statistics or facts. Like what
I
has
know
came
for
out
sure
about
because my cousin knows him. So I'll leave it at that.
But that's what I'm saying. So bring it to the light. I want to know.
All I just know is my cousin knows
Spill
him.
this tea, son. Spill this tea. I'm trying to let
Because everybody on YouTube, Instagram, everybody is trying to find some type of flaw. Like they do throw out that he's gay, but they have.
Well, he said he did a whole episode the other day saying that
I
he's
know.
not gay, but I'm like,
Yeah, he addressed the issue.
of course he did.
So what? I'm saying, what facts do we have other than people saying that? Because a lot of people
No, my
say a lot
cousin
of things
actually
about me
knows
as well.
him, like, and has met his boyfriend.
So he
And
has
has
a
seen them
boyfriend.
together.
He had a boyfriend or he has a
No,
boyfriend.
has currently.
So why haven't nobody else seen this?
First off,
They see
why
him in
y'all
the
listening to
small
a
Well-
man that's not married?
Huh?
Why y'all listening to a man that's not married?
Facts is facts. I don't argue with data statistics, and everything that he talks about is on blackdemographics.com. The things that
Oh
that
no,
they-
so his data statistics.
not his, but ours.
No. I'm saying,
Not black people for black people.
well, even the data, the statistics that he uses, okay, that's correct. But how he twists them,
That's
it
what
comes from a bitter place.
I'm not talking about the twisting and all that. I'm just talking about the things that he talks about.
Well, he does now. He does like one thing I don't like about him is like when, of course, the women. I don't know why they would go on his platform because they know he's gonna just drag them. But I don't like that he kind of like he won't let them speak most of the time. He steers them into the direction he wants them to go in,
I
so that
agree.
they can go down the path that he wants them to go down.
I agree with that.
And if they don't stay on that path, he's gonna mute them, and he ain't gonna let them say nothing.
Ain't good.
He gives everybody a chance to talk. He said, "Hey, as long as you being respectful
As long as you stay on his topic.
on topic, because you're coming to his platform. You're coming
Yeah,
to
but
his-
even if you're on his topic and you don't say exactly what he wants you to say, you ain't gonna be able to have no back and forth dialogue with him unless it's exactly what he wants you to talk about.
he gives you a chance to talk. Now he definitely gives. I do Kevin reaction videos.
But if
all the
you
time.
listen to the way he frames certain questions, he's making you go into a pit hole on purpose.
Absolutely, I agree with that. But he still gives everybody the opportunity. Like when you go on there, he always, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name?"
Yeah,
And
because
then-
it's always a setup. He's like a snake. He does it with precision. He knows what he's doing. He's a therapist.
But my thing is, he always allows people to. Yeah, he always allows people to talk though. He'll let you get out what you're trying to get out. He's not
Because he
going
needs to collect the data that he can come and attack you with.
Yeah, if he's not going to mute anybody unless you're being rude.
But the level of rude that he says people is, he is that to them.
He
The
just
things
said,
he don't want you to, the things that he don't want you to say or do to him, he does it to people.
Don't overtalk. He said, "Don't overtalk me."
He
always
overtalks
said-
people all the time.
It's his platform. He has every.
That doesn't give you the right to overtalk.
Why not? Why not? You come in my house. You come in my house.
I'm gonna be respectful and let you talk.
Yeah. Again, he allows those people to talk. He's gonna be respectful. He's gonna let.
But I think sometimes too, I think some of the things he says actually comes from people's dignity and integrity. Sometimes it's not always just about teaching them or trying to show them something.
He's blunt.
And sometimes that can set people back, even if they did come to the show to
Don't
get
call his
advice
show.
or get whatever
Don't
it
call his
is. So you have to still be mindful on how you speak with people, because you don't know what they may have did to grow from whatever those places already were. Even though they may not be at their best, you don't know what work they may have put in to be better from where they were.
And that's
Yeah,
why
I don't know why people call his show at
so
all.
what you can do is you can pay instead of coming on for free. He does give people that opportunity, and he said there's like 2 or 3 women that I did reaction videos for. Ma'am, I don't want to do this. Book a session, and I can help you off camera. But they don't want to do that. They
So
want.
why not hang up on them instead of
Huh?
embarrassing them? It serves his purpose.
So again, these three women that I'm talking about, those women were being rude, and they were calling them names. So he has every right.
Why not hang up on them then, though?
I'm gonna get what I need
Because
to
it
say.
gives him views and ratings. Because it serves his
Absolutely.
purpose.
That man got to pay his bills. I respect it. You got to pay his bills somehow.
He gonna get the bills paid anyway, though. You charge $1,000 a session.
Yeah, he taxes. He's a millionaire now, man. He's a millionaire now.
But no, some of the things he says is true. I don't know any normal functioning human being why they would call his show stupid.
Yeah,
but they do.
Yeah, he bait. I
Yeah.
would agree. He gonna bait. He gonna bait you all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
Bills paid. I respect it, dog. I definitely respect it.
at all.
No. He's
The
ridiculous.
ones I seen, he always tear down, but I don't ever see a lot of build up. Like he'll talk some
That's
facts,
true.
but the individual
They
who
not
talks
gonna
to
share those
him,
videos. They not, that's how media works. They don't share those videos. They on my page.
You
They
don't gotta
want
share him.
to
You can go and watch him. He live every night. He does some good work with some people.
Yeah,
But if
absolutely.
you notice, they always look a certain way.
Mhm.
He's not very
Yeah,
nice to women that he doesn't think is very pretty.
Come on,
He's not-
man. Come on.
I watch his show every single day.
I'm gonna
Every
show.
day I watch
I'm gonna send you a link. It's it was an episode that he did about Pam. Well, it's a lady that looked like Pam Grier, right? It was a younger lady. She was like 23 years old. But the lady before her was busted. I'm talking about complete busted. But people were trying to bash her in the comments. But he was helping her. He was like, if anybody be disrespectful in any type of manner, I will ban your ass.
Oh yeah, he'll do that every now and then.
Yeah,
But for the majority of the time, he's an asshole.
absolutely. I agree.
And if
I
you
agree.
ugly, oh man, he gonna drag you. He is. You could just see when he gets on the line and he sees the person, you could tell where it's gonna go.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think if those women are nice and they come in with good energy, do you think he'll still bash
They,
you?
a lot of them are nice. I watch it every single day.
You
A
gotta
lot
send
of
me one
women
of those
are
videos.
nice and they not that pretty. But if they say that they're a certain number that he don't think they are, oh my God.
Come on now, hold on, wait a minute now.
Oh.
Overvaluing yourself. That's a problem. That's a problem with that though.
You
He gonna
think
ask
you're
me
an
that.
8? You think you are on the level of Beyonce? You are a 5, maybe an adjustable 6.
So the question he always asks is, are you getting those type of results though? Are you getting those type of results? Because 8, 9s, and 10s are universal. They're beautiful to everybody, right? You can get in the club and all this other stuff. So he actually asked the woman, are you getting these type of results? You say you're an 8, right? Men are actually approaching you, trying to be in a relationship and all
But
that other stuff.
in the hood, she might be an 8.
But again, that's universal.
And I'm being serious. I've been to
But
Afghanistan. We
eight,
got some desert
nines,
queens, but when she go back home, she a 3.
8s, 9s, and 10s though, they're still out in the world. So when people see them, if you out in the world, you at the mall or whatever, you're going to
If
be
they ain't
approached.
been out in the world, they don't know.
How old
They
are
only
these
been in
women?
their hood.
Come
And
on.
everybody know them. Yo, that's so-and-so, she a 10.
So they in the
In
bubble.
the project,
That girl showing out. You showing out.
I'm just she got 10 kids.
It's true
Look at her
though.
dad somewhere else. She's like, how the fuck someone did that?
She better manage that thing better.
Not 10.
Dang, that thing.
Not
Low-hanging
big
fruit.
No, man. I'm about to get out of here. I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Hey, thank you so much for inviting us on here.
Man.
They still going to rock out with y'all. But thank you so much for inviting me, man. This is a dope show. I'm definitely going to support on
Thank you.
YouTube, Facebook. I'm
Yes.
definitely going to be there, man. Appreciate
We
y'all
appreciate
so much,
y'all so much.
man. Uncomfortable conversations, man. I absolutely love it.
Thank you so much. We're going to get into this last topic, y'all. I think this one might have rubbed some folks the wrong way too. But oh well.
I mean, I think all of them rub people the wrong way. So, it is what it is. Just depends on where you at.
So it said, I'm so sick of these discussions about why marriages don't last like our grandparents' marriages. Life is different. If your granny had Instagram and knew how to read, she would have left Earl lying ass too.
Bye, Earl.
So
Okay, so
How
I'm
you
gonna
feel,
jump. I'm gonna go
Earl?
first. I'm gonna go first on this one
God.
because I definitely got an opinion about this. So
okay.
there is a big difference between now and then, right? One, we know the women didn't really work, right? So when you had this family with Earl, you know what I mean? Earl made the money.
Earl.
You know what I'm saying? Earl brought the money home. 9 times out of 10, they took care of home, but they just kind of treated their women like possessions, right? And so now you have this hurt and trauma that's been passed along, you know, from generations, where it's like, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, don't settle for this, don't settle for that. And so now you have women thinking that, yeah, I'm not dealing with nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough situation. So it is kind of hard to kind of compare, because women in those times, they stayed because it was a necessity. You know what I'm saying? They had to stay. So even if they was unhappy, what was they gonna go with their 6, 7, 8 kids? Because we know back in the day, your grandparents, I'm from Mississippi, so you know what I'm saying? Grandparents, one set of grandparents had 7, and the other had 13. 13, 14. Yeah. So where were they gonna go? Where were they gonna go? Who gonna take you and all your 13 kids?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to compare. You not working and you got 13 kids and I'm finna come in here and take over? Come on, sis. Come on now.
That,
Yes,
but also too, I think back, also, you know, at times there were, you know, back in the day, women were still valued, but the roles, like you're saying, are completely different. So it might have been that their job was to take care of the kids and take care of the home and do all of those things. But women were more soft-spoken. Nowadays, we have a lot of people that think that it's cute to be loud and to be very vocal and not be intelligent with how they come across and what they do. And depending upon how you move and do things, it will really deteriorate what you look like. I don't care how pretty your face is. If you coming out your mouth crazy, it's going to make you look ugly. So women still had a standard of how they moved and how they did things that held them at a more respectable place, versus now I think a lot of people, one, don't really value themselves as far as women, and 2, they just have the simple mindset to do what it is that they want, and that's it. And so then they're wanting certain things from a husband, but yet they're not willing to put in the work to fix themselves to be what they need to align with their husband. Because both can have a voice, but your husband is supposed to be the head. You're supposed to be the neck. He's supposed to lead. So whenever that gets out of order, there's going to be chaos.
Yes, indeed. These modern day women they are just different. They don't think being a wife is a requirement. They want to be married, but they don't want to really be wives. So the things that our grandparents dealt with, of course, like Adrian's wife said, like they were forced to put up with a lot of stuff. They didn't have access to a lot of things. Back in the day, you couldn't get a bank account, you couldn't have a credit card, you couldn't buy a house, you couldn't do anything without a husband. So with that freedom, a lot of things changed, which of course, you know, back in the day, a lot of things should have stayed the same. When those freedoms came, a lot of things changed, and maybe not so much for the better, because now we got only 1 in 4 Black women are married. Like what happened? Like we know what happened. It's a systemic thing that happened, but we ain't gonna get into that. It's a lot. It's a deeper root.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm about to say I got a whole storyline for this.
Right?
Yeah, I think we all got a storyline for that.
But that's one of the things that I hate. Going back to Kevin saying, that's one thing I hate, that he talks about Black women and the Black family and comparing it to other cultures, because other cultures didn't have so many things happen to them that tore the family apart that we're trying to fix and put back together now. So that's why, Adrian, I always congratulate you and your generation for making sure that family unit is together and bringing that black family, that black husband back into the house and stuff like that. So, but this modern day crap, I don't know what the heck these girls is doing. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do nothing but twerk and drink Hennessy. Child, I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's like all the morals and the characteristics and dignity that's supposed to be placed is like been washed out. So it's like if the woman doesn't decide to get to a place, even though that might be her environment or what she's seeing, if she doesn't get to that place to find who she is and what she really wants and do the research to figure out how she needs to get herself there, and put that work in, then you're not going to be that wife. You can long to be a wife all day long, but if you don't really know what that looks like and you don't know what you need to do to fix that, the things you attract is not going to be what you really want. So you have to really dig deep and work on yourself, because everybody can get to that point of wanting to be a husband or wife, but nobody can make you be that. Even if someone does give you all the tools and tells you all the things that you need to know, if that's not your mindset and that's not where you're going and you haven't matured to that state, it won't matter until you're ready to pick it up and do something with it.
I got a different feel about this. I feel like people wasn't shit back then and people ain't shit now. The only difference is people have more balls. The only difference is people got balls now to just walk away from the bullshit. Back then, women were afraid because, like you said, they didn't have the financial support to survive on their own. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these marriages that lasted 40, 50 years, they were miserable most of that time. You know what I'm saying? And all they knew is they stick by your man or stick by your woman, do thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? But they want shit just like a lot of people today ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So, the comparative to, there's no difference. It's just more opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Now a woman ain't got to depend on the man to get her bills paid. She can go get her job. She can go shake her ass. She gonna do whatever else she can do. She can make more money than the man. You know what I'm saying? She don't really, that concept that you don't really need a man for financial reasons. You just need a man for support of other things. You know what I'm saying? Finance is not the main source. So that's the only thing. You know, it's just you either want to deal with the bullshit or you don't. You deal with the bullshit or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's still it's still good people in this world, and it's still marriages that last. You know, that are happy. You know what I'm saying? But people were like, why you don't, I get tired of hearing that question. Why don't marriages last that long? Because people are finally waking up that I don't have to deal with this. I don't, So.
But that goes back to the foundation you build. And sometimes a lot of people trip over little simple petty things. So it's all about the mature state too. So, back then, certain stuff, grandparents might look at like, whatever, we ain't paying no attention, they in their little mood. But now somebody gonna jump and be ready to argue, fight, and whatever else, versus knowing how to move in certain situations and navigate. Not necessarily that everything is always BS, but sometimes it can be. But that's the whole point before getting married, really making sure that that's the route you want to go with that person, because that person will show you who they are if you pay attention.
Facts.
Yeah, I think it's funny to me because we all know those couples, right? That post like, oh, been married 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and you like, them been a hell of them 15, 20, 25, 30 years.
Your husband out my inbox, please.
Hello. Thank you. Wasn't even happy. It's the whole fun. Like, sit your ass down. You wasn't happy?
Right. y'all roommates now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Y'all just posing fake pictures together. Y'all ain't happy. Sit y'all old unhappy asses down. Y'all only for the camera. That's all that is.
But some people marry for that. They marry for the image. So it's all about what you base everything on.
Yeah, and they end up disappearing after eating that sweet potato pie too.
You know what?
I'm saying. Like, whatever happened to them? They couldn't find the cause of death or nothing. Whatever happened to them? Facts.
Hey,
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
Shoot, you watch a lot of this TV, man. All these different stories about marriages that were unhappy, they were together with that person, stuff like that. You hear a lot of good stories. So I'm spitting some facts, man. I'm on what I hear and what I see.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
just
man.
so annoying to just keep hearing that comparison. Like, y'all
Yes.
women ain't like your grandma.
Exactly. We are all the same. You know, I remember one time we was talking about music. It's like the music now is so degrading. The music is all about sex, stuff like that. And I showed them a couple tracks from even back in the 40s and 30s. What was it, Mount Rainey and stuff like that? They was talking about the same shit.
They was nasty. That's why they was having 7, 8, 9, 10 kids.
Hello?
right. And let's be clear now.
They wasn't fucking
Bertha.
to Amazing Grace.
Hello?
Bertha
Yeah.
was giving Earl hell too. You know what I'm saying? Bertha was giving Earl hell too. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They just didn't have as much access.
No.
Yes.
Things weren't so out in the open. They had a little bit
Yes.
more, coof to themselves. They weren't just
Right.
letting it all hang out.
We got
We done all
social media
seen
now.
60, 70-year-old couples cussing each other out. Like, you like,
Oh, yeah.
dang, they going in.
Oh yeah.
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 So yeah, we gotta quit comparing that. You know what I'm saying? The difference is they got access and women can make their own money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that the men were so great back then because
And the women went all in great.
I know a lot of men with
They
2, 3
still
families.
Adam
You know
A was
what
a
I'm
whole man. I knew Adam A as a whole now. Shit.
It's a kid in the middle of them 8 that was not granddaddy kids.
Hello.
Right. And you like, who?
He was peeping
That's-
around.
You know what I'm saying? That's Uncle such and such. Ain't such and
Uh-huh.
such. Like, I don't remember them. Where they
Yeah.
come from? Oh yeah.
Of course.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. That was a real song. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Grandma wasn't doing too.
Shoot, Papa had a whole nother family on the other side of town.
Whole nother family.
Hold up. In the same time. Same
On the
time.
next, matter of fact, on the next street. Shoot.
Like, and it ain't until later, like you like, yeah, that's your aunt or that's your cousin.
Mhm.
When? Where they come from?
Hello.
How?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Willie Earl was doing his
Willie
thing.
Earl.
You know what I'm saying?
Really
I
early.
know, right? Y'all, I'm from Mississippi, man. So y'all gotta forgive me with
Obviously.
these names.
You done got a whole name now.
These old school names, man. I gotta keep it
Willie
real.
Earl.
These the old school names. We all got them uncles and cousins, that's older. Willie Earl, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, you are crazy.
Right,
Hey,
right.
I'm just saying.
Well, I sure appreciate y'all for gracing us with y'all presence. It was an amazing show. We
Yes,
had some
ma'am.
Good conversations. Like we like to do on the end of our show. Tell us what y'all got going on. I'm gonna promote whatever. Shout it out. Let the people know what you got coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoever want to go. first.
Well, we have our Truth podcast that is actually going on this Friday at 9:30.
Yes.
So it will be live Facebook and is it Facebook and YouTube? I think. But
Facebook,
we also are on Spotify, Google, Red
Apple
Circle.
Podcasts.
Other than that, outside of the podcast, I'm a cosmetologist and I pretty much do everything. I have a salon in Pineville. It's called Be Amazing. So if anybody needs me, you can definitely find me. Okay. Well,
What
yes.
area? What area are you in? Like, where do you live? What area?
Right outside of Charlotte.
Well, I
Okay.
live in Rock Hill. My salon is just based in Pineville.
And I just noticed you guys are military. I'm Air Force. I see you guys as Army.
No,
No.
we're Air Force. Our original
Air Force.
co-host was Army, so we added his little stupid insignia.
Navy.
Oh,
I
okay.
should have
Yeah.
known.
Navy. Okay.
Yeah, me and Adrian are Air Force.
Y'all still
Oh,
serving?
okay. Yeah, y'all
I'm
got that
retired.
wisdom, man. Y'all got that wisdom in the Air Force, man. Y'all
Yes.
smart up in the Air Force.
Yes. I'm still in.
Are
I'm
you
in the
still in?
reserve now. I'm in the reserve now.
Reserve? Okay, where you stationed at?
Right now, I'm in Youngstown, Ohio,
Oh,
in the
okay.
reserve base. Yes.
Okay. I'm retired.
Yeah,
I retired 3 years ago.
Huh?
Yeah.
I retired 3 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. So,
Thank you for your service, everyone.
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Navy.
My little sister was in the Navy. She got out last year.
Mm.
I tried to.
Vaughn, what you got coming up? You got anything going on you want to promote? Shout out.
I'm not heavy into promoting, the business or whatnot, but I mean, I do photography. I have a rental car right now on Turo. So if any of you guys ever heard of Turo and you plan on visiting the Maryland area, maybe stop by and rent my car. But besides that, I mean, me personally, I've transitioned to focusing a lot of my times around building my relationships with, close family and friends and things like that, and just reestablishing my purpose in life. Outside of like fleshly, like human desire, it's more so about the what I want to leave behind for my kids and stuff like that, as far as the transfer of like knowledge and things like that. This is more so what I'm on, how people remember me and how I treated them within interactions versus like, like having big houses and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be,
Okay, that's what's up.
But yeah, that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on right now.
What kind of photography do you do? Any specific type of photography?
Mainly portraiture, but I do events as well. I've done everything.
Okay, cool. AD, what you got going on?
So yeah, actually, it's funny because Vaughn, we're doing a photo shoot this weekend. My wife and son, family, because she's pregnant. I forgot what they call it.
A maternity shoot?
Congratulations.
What they call it?
A maternity shoot?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what we call it. Yeah, there you go. A paternity
Adrian's
shoot.
so funny.
So I'm funny because I be trying to explain to him what my wife wants, and I don't be knowing. So I gotta like pause him and be like, "Yo, let me holler at her, and I'm gonna holler back at you." You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. And of course, it's all on what she want, anyways, right? I'm just, I'm just handling it. But so yeah, so got that. So we're gonna do that, so y'all will be able to see the pictures, coming soon. Of course, got the YouTube channel, drop videos, definitely talking about, wealth building and leaving a legacy for your kids. So definitely got that going. Family trauma. We talk about family trauma.
Gentlemen's Council.
So Adrian Taylor, Gentlemen's Council. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you ever want to join in, let me know. We can make that happen as well too. Working on this next book. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. A Gentleman's Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I got to reach out to my group now so we can meet and discuss in the focus group. So, yeah, man. I told you I was going to stop planning and make it happen. So I'm doing it. So hopefully in the next couple months.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know me, the Core Queen.
That's
That's who I am. I am a fitness coach. You can follow me on the Core Queen 1 on Instagram and the Core Queen on everything else. If you need a waist trainer, thecorequeen.com.
Okay.
What do I got coming up? My birthday's Thursday, so yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Early birthday.
Early birthday.
I'll be in Miami doing my annual birthday photo shoot. Now, you said photographer, so I do
That's
a photo
dope.
shoot every year, different theme every year. This year is African themed body paint, so should be a fun shoot. I got some of my friends flying down to Miami, so we're going to show out and do some grown folk stuff. What else I got? Like I told you, Adrian, last week I had my boot camp in Atlanta with my mentors. It was amazing. Met some great entrepreneurs down there. Next week we'll have Elithia and Cullen Maddox on the show. They are healthy relationship coaches. So we're going to talk about how to build healthy relationships or how to transition out of a relationship in a healthy way. So I met them down in Atlanta last weekend. What else I got? I am working on my next virtual boot camp, Abs and Ass. So we need to work on, So the last one was great. We had a great time. And the next one will probably be middle of October. And yeah.
Question for you. So you have your photo shoot this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to post photos this weekend from it?
I'm not sure if they'll be posted this weekend or not. It depends.
Okay, so whenever you do post it, we're gonna have a conversation about your inbox after you post it.
Yeah, you know, I always have my DM of the week, so that's gonna
Yeah,
be
we're
crazy.
gonna talk about your DMs once you post it.
Especially with body paint.
Yeah,
Right. We're gonna talk
People
about your
gonna be up in the
DMs.
DMs, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
y'all
it's
gotta
already
tune
on
into that.
there.
We're gonna definitely talk about them DMs after she posts
Right.
these pictures.
Oh, and I couldn't get my birthday gift because apparently there is a shortage in the whole United States on Range Rovers.
What?
I'm like, what?
You know what? I've been hearing that about luxury cars, period, right now.
I had my appointment set up to go to Atlanta to get the truck that I want. I picked it out online. They was like, ma'am, your truck already sold. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He was like, no, we may not have none until January. What? He said it's a shortage. You can probably go on the website and just build one. And
It's gonna, and then it's gonna take you to about January, February,
March.
Yeah.
Trash.
So there goes my
And they don't even got the decency to give you no discount. They're gonna raise the prices.
Right. He said, unfortunately, we don't have any discount prices either. I was like,
Damn.
you know what I'm done.
They're not playing in the
So
car.
you
the
gonna
car
be
industry.
all for it or not for it, pretty much.
Can't find them nowhere. So I'll be waiting. Yeah, I guess it'll be my Christmas gift now.
I'm going to check with one of my friends because he's actually he does the Toro and everything too. I know he has a few cars. I don't know if he has a Range Rover, but I'll check and I'll reach back out to you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I want the 2021 or 2022, the Velar.
Okay.
Velar.
Yeah, the Velars are nice.
Hey man, y'all ballers. I don't know nothing about none of this y'all talking about. So. I'm gonna stay in little boy lane.
We ain't balling.
Yeah, I also just want to mention that I am in the process of birthing. Far as I know, you guys mentioned earlier, far as like being on spiritual levels and things. I'm actually about to start my business to actually reach out to the community and pour back into the community with other things, whether it's for food drives or helping people as far as building them up, whatever it is necessarily that they need, because it's so important to speak life into people and give those people that do want help the help that they need. And I, of course, do believe in God, so I'm definitely taking that approach with it. So I'm pretty much in the making of getting all that set up. So I'll have a podcast and a YouTube channel coming out soon with that.
Okay, you need to link up with me. I'm heavy on that. I have a nonprofit, and I work with Charlene. I can't think of her last name. She's running for city council. We just did a book bag drive with Anthony Hamilton a few weeks ago. And I just did one at home in my home state. I'm from Philly, so yeah, holla at me on that.
Okay.
For sure.
Will do.
I started up my apparel business. My apparel business is based off of people, getting to know each other. So on the back of the shirt, on the front of the shirts, it's going to basically make sure everybody's on the same page. So it's basically dating shirts. So it's like if you're single, you're not ready to mingle, whatever, then I know that. Or if you in a relationship, all right, cool. It's basically just a apparel just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Oh Lord, I can't wear that shirt. My DM's already a mess. Can you imagine in real life if I walk around with that shirt on?
The broadcast is real. People don't even want to put their relationship status on their Facebook.
Oh man,
you want to have it on their shirt.
Oh man,
I would be attacked.
Oh,
hey man, you get them shirts, man. Let me know. I support. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Because you married.
Right.
That's an easy status.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea, bro. Push forward.
So, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be your case study. Get me one, and I'm gonna go out. We can do a live video blog or something to see the reaction.
Yes.
That is so dope.
Yes.
Come up with a nice slogan for married men. I don't know what it is, but you let me know. When you get it, let me know. I definitely will buy it.
He that finds a wife finds a good thing.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, I like that.
The only
Let me
slogan
see.
you need.
No, don't do that. No. Make sure it gotta have married on it though, because he who's finding, y'all gonna have my DMs flooded. What you talking about?
Oh,
Y'all
right.
gonna have
Like
No,
you looking
me
for one.
in the street.
Well, that you know
If I
what? That's true. That's true. I ain't think about it that
Think
way.
about it. That means I'm ready. So
Well,
we gotta have
well, if you
married
got
on
the
there.
relationship
That's
status on the
true.
front
Right.
already, then you would have a quote on the back, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you
Yeah.
coming up with married.
Yeah.
all right,
And the
all
quote on the
right. Here
back.
we go.
The back should say, "I found my good thing."
Right.
Hey, I like
Yep.
that. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
There it is.
Yes,
When you
man.
get that, let me know. I'm gonna definitely.
Yes, sir. We gotta all link up and try to get each other's Facebook, Instagrams. We gotta all connect. I know y'all first contacted KD, so we gotta all link up.
Yeah. I'll send KD. I got he DM'd me. I'm gonna inbox me. I'm gonna tell him to put us all in a group inbox on Facebook so we can exchange information.
Cool. Cool.
All right. Well, Battle Buddies in the comments, we thank y'all for showing up and showing support like y'all do every week. We'll holler at y'all next Tuesday, and our other co-host will be back. Wayne, Vasectomy Steven, he'll be back. So thank y'all, and we'll catch y'all next Tuesday.